So, parallel input serial output mode of shift register or PISO shift register. Okay, so if the shift register is in PISO mode, so the two aims for this is first parallel input and the second one is serial output. So the parallel in or serial out shift register stores data, shifts in on a clock by clock basis, and delays it by the number of stages times the clock period. This is a way to convert data from parallel format to a serial format. So by parallel format, we mean that the data bits are present simultaneously on individual wires, one for each data bit as shown on the table. By serial format, we mean that the data bits are presented sequentially in time on a single wire or circuit, as in the case of the data out on this diagram. Also, here is the circuit diagram connection. So papakita ko muna sa inyo paano gawin yung connection. Okay, so there are two modes which the circuit can work. First is load mode and the second one is the shift mode. Since the first aim of the PISO mode is in parallel input, this aim will be achieved from the first mode, which is the load mode. So the load mode is located here. By the load mode, we have the parallel input of the data, in which we will enter the data or load the data in each of these flip-flop simultaneously. For example, flip-flop number 0 will have the B0, flip-flop number 1 will have the B1, flip-flop number 2 will have the B2, and flip-flop number 3 will have the B3. All of these 4 bits are stored in their respective flip-flops. Also, by this mode, we need to input or the shift or load complement in order to show the loading when the input is low or 0. So this load or shift button will determine whether it is in low or high input. While on the other hand, for our next aim, which is the serial output, this aim will be achieved from the second mode, which is the shift mode. So by shift mode, this will turn as from 0 to 1, in which we want the serial movement of the data to go from flip-flop number 0 to flip-flop number 1, from flip-flop number 1 to flip-flop number 2, and then from flip-flop number 2 to flip-flop number 3. And the data stored in the flip-flop number 3 will be stored as the serial output. This one will be the serial output. So by doing this, change this shift or load button will change from 0 to 1. Okay, so gawin muna natin yung first mode niya, which is the load mode. So pag load mode, dapat 0 muna to. Okay, so 0 muna lahat. So naka 0 to, 0 to, 0 to, 0 to. So pag ginawa natin 1, 1, 0, 1 to, yung magiging input natin for the D flip-flops are 1, 1, 0, 1. Okay. So naging 1 to, 1, 0, 1. Pero pag nilipat natin siya dun sa second mode niya, which is the shift mode, so i-on lang natin to para maging 1. Ayan, dapat nag-on to para mapakita na nag-shift yung load natin. So bale parang na-move yung 1101 natin, naging 1101 nung inon to. Okay, so here is the BISO shift register truth table, wherein the big capital L is the low voltage level or 0, while big letter H is the high voltage level or 1, while X is the don't care symbol, while small letter L is the low voltage level 1 setup timer prior to the high to low clock transition, while small letter H is the high voltage level 1 setup time prior to the high to low clock transition, while P sub N is the low case letters to indicate the state of the reference input or output 1 setup time prior to the high to low clock transition,